Hello friends, welcome back to a new video guys. How you're all doing today? Hope you're all doing great. Hope you're fine. Hope your day went well, or hope your day is going well. Hope you're generally fine guys. I appreciate you guys a whole lot. Thank you so much for always coming back. Thank you guys to all my subscribers. Like, you guys are amazing. Thank you so much guys. I really appreciate you guys so much. So today I'm going to show you how to make this beautiful and very stylish kaftan dress. So you can see this has a very large collar here. Okay, this is very stylish and beautiful. Like, you just want to have something like this among your wears, yes guys. So if you want to see how I did this, then you need to stick around with me as we go through this together. Okay, yes guys. So getting started, this is the piece of fabric I'm using. Of course, what I'm going to do now is to measure out the amount of fabric that I need. So I'm working with the full length, which is 56 inches. So that 56 inches, I'm going to add extra 2 inches for sewing allowance. Okay, yeah. So I'm going to hem in the top and also hemming at the lowest part of the dress. Yeah, so which makes it 58 inches. So this 58 inches, I'll be measuring it for twice. Okay, yeah. So measuring it into twos, and you can see I'm cutting this off. And so this piece now I'm going to be folding it into two, because we're cutting out for both the front and the back piece together. So you can see me making my fold into two after measuring my 58 twice. You can see this. After that, then I'm going to making a fold into 4. Okay, yeah. So you can see we have our fabric all laid down and ready to work with. Yeah, so that's it here. So the first thing I'm going to do now is to take a slope. Okay, I'm going to be using a slope of about 1.5 inches. So at that very edge there, you can see me marking down 1.5, and I'm coming down to the other end and marking 3 inches. Yeah, so that's what I'm going to do now. Just go ahead and connect these two points together to give me my slope. Okay, yeah, so that's just what we're doing here right now. So after this, then the next thing now will be to measure the neckline here. Yeah, so I'm using a neck width of 3 inches here. Yeah, and I'm also using a neck depth of 1.5 inches. Yeah, it's 3 inches in width, because we're going to be fixing a collar, right? Yeah. Why for the front I'm using a neck depth of 3 inches. Okay, take note, a neck width of 3, neck depth of 1.5 for the back, and neck depth of 3 inches for the front. So yeah, so I'm cutting off for the back piece first, and mind you, I'm going to be still creating a slit at that back, because for to enable the hair to pass through, right? Yes, I need to create a slit of about 6 to 7 inches at the back there. Then coming to the lowest part, I'm just going ahead to trim off the excesses. So if you like, you can give this a curve by the side. You can give this a curve shape by the side. This totally depends on what you want here. Okay, but I'm just going ahead to cut a straight cut here. I'm just trimming off the excesses, and that's it, guys. So at this point, if I tell you that we're done cutting, like, you won't believe it. Like, it's that simple. Like, we're done here. We are practically done. The only thing we did here was just to cut out the shoulders and also the neckline. That's just it here. Yeah, so taking off the back piece here, I'm coming down now to create my slit. Remember, I said we're going to be fixing a slit of about 6 to 7 inches. So I'm doing 6 inches here. You can see me just creating that slit opening there. And guys, we are done. Yes, guys. So this is it, guys. You can see the back piece. Look at the view of the neckline. You can see how this looks. And also, you can see from the front piece as well, you can see the neckline of the front piece. So this is it, guys. Yeah, so what I'm going to do now is to sew the shoulder. That's the first thing I'm going to do. I'm going to go ahead and sew the shoulders. Now, after sewing the shoulders, then I'll also go ahead and hem the side. So you can see at this point, it's a very long one here, a very long hemming here. So I'm going to take it all the way about half of an inch on every side there. Okay, yeah, so at this point, if you join the shoulder, it's going to be a long hemming all the way. Then after that, I'll also hem the lowest point. Yeah, so I'm just going to finish all this up. Then of course, I'll show you how this looks. Yeah. And here it is, guys. You can see I'm done doing all the hemmings. So you can see this is the lowest part and this is the sides. You can see this, and I've done the same thing all through. Then also the shoulder as well. You can see I've gone ahead to join the shoulders here. Yes, guys. Then for the slit, I also went ahead to clean it up by using a biased tape for it. So afterwards, we're going to be attaching a very tiny loop and a button after. That's after fixing the collar. Then also somewhere on the waistline, we'll also be adding a strip on the inside. Yes, guys. So the next thing I'll do now is to, of course, take the measurement of my neckline so we can fix the collar. So you can see I'm starting from one point of that back end, taking it all the way around and stopping at the other end here. Okay, so what I have here is about 19.5. So important to run this over and over again just to be sure that you have the exact measurement. It's very, very important. Okay, yeah. So and that's it. I'm working with 19.5. So I'm going to be making use of this piece of plain fabric. This is a satin fabric I'm going to be using for the collar here. Yeah, so what I do now, you can see I doubled this, so it's folded into two. Yeah, so I want it that way. I mean, it has to be that way, right? Yeah, so again, I'm folding it again. Yeah, remember it's 19.5. So because I'm folding it into two, so I have to divide my 19.5 into two. That will be 9.75. Okay. Yeah, so from that edge there, I'm marking out what? 9.75. Okay. Yeah. So from that point there, I'm also going to add about half of an inches, which I'll be using for, the hemming allowance, okay? So 9.75, then half of an inches. I'll just go ahead and mark out a straight line. So what I have left over is about 1 inches, which I'm supposed to be trimming out as the excesses, but I will intentionally leave that, okay, because I'm going to be using it to create a bit of slant effect on the collar, okay? Yeah, so this is just how it is. Then for the width, I'm using a width of about 7 inches. Okay, so this totally depends on what you want. You can actually run through it. If you feel that is more, then you can end up, reducing it. But I'm using a 7 inches for now. I might end up taking it down a bit. Okay, if I feel that it's too bogus or something. Yeah, 7 to 6 inches is okay. Yeah, so this is it, guys. So I'll just go ahead now and create that slant effect that I was talking about. So that 1 inches I would have trimmed out. You can see me creating a slant from that edge to the other end point there, and you can see I'm cutting this throughout. Yes, guys, so that's it, guys. We're done here. This is the color effect here. If you open this up, you can see how this looks. You can see that slant effect here. Yes, so that's it. So what I'm going to do now is to sew the sides of this collar. Okay, so folding it into two on the wrong side. So I'm going to sew, you see that half of an inch that we marked out earlier on. So that is where what I'm going to use to sew it. So once I'm done sewing it, then I'll be able to flip it to the right side. So here I've gone ahead to sew it, so I'm turning it in. So just carefully do this using the edge of your scissors to poke out the edges. Okay, so you can see how this is looking. It's important to also give this a very good press at this point. So the next thing I'm going to do now is to fold this into two and get the center point. You can see that I've done that, and I'm also going ahead to use my chalk to mark that down. Then for coming back to my main piece here, I'm also going to do the same thing for the neckline. You can see me making my fold, making sure that those two shoulder points are matching each other. That's the best way to get your center point. They are matching each other, and I'm holding it downward to get the center point for the neckline. You can see this. I've also notched that. Yeah, so we're moving forward here. So the next thing now will be to attach my collar. So I'm going to take my collar piece now. So that center point will notch. I'm going to be matching it with the center point of the neckline there. Okay, so you can see I'm going ahead to use my pin to hold it down at that point. Then I'll be making my sew from one center point all the way around to one end of the back piece, and I'll do the same thing for the other side. So you can see me using my pin now to demonstrate this. Okay, yes, guys, so this is just how the sewing is going to go. Yeah, so once I'm done doing this, then I'll go ahead and also important to weave the edges on the inside. It's very, very important to clean up the edges. And guys, this is it. So after this now, I can now fix my loop. Okay, so this is just a tiny piece of fabric about 2 inches in width and 4 inches in length. You can see me making my fold, a very tiny fold on half of an inch on both ends, folding it again. You can see this. Then I'll fold it into 2 again. So this is just going to give me my loop here. So I'm going to be attaching it very, very close to that collar edge there. You can see, make a stitch there, fold it again so that the loop will be protruding out. Then I'll go ahead and attach my button on the other side, of course making sure that the button size you're using is able to pass through the loop you just created. Guys, believe it or not, we are done here. This is how this is looking already. You can see the beautiful effect here. Yeah, so the only thing this needs now is just a very, very, very good press, and we are done. This is it, guys. It's so beautiful. Yeah, so this is how it's going to look. Then after that, the final thing I'm going to do now is to attach a strip, like I told you earlier on. So just locate the waist point, say from the shoulder, measure out where your waist point is, and I'm going to be attaching a signing strip. So I use also a plain piece of the satin fabric, so I'm just using this one just to demonstrate it. Okay, so just locate that waist point there from the shoulder. Then you'll be moving inwards about, say, 9 to 10 inches. Okay, yeah, so this is how it's going to be. I mean, it's even rarely visible, except you really someone comes close to really know that there's a tie inside. So this is how it's going to be. You'll be able to tie it on the other side, since there's not going to be any hemming on the side. So that strip is meant to just hold this dress together. Guys, we are done. So that is it, guys, on how to make this beautiful large collar kaftan dress. Thank you so much, guys. We have come to the end of today's tutorial. If you find this helpful, please don't forget to give me a very big like, and also if you've not subscribed to my channel, please don't forget to smash that subscribe button. Okay, yes, guys, thank you guys for doing with me this again. Until I see you on the next video, guys, now you do have a wonderful day. Bye.